Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Tuesday, July the 6th, 2021. What's happening out there? Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. What's happening out there? How are you doing? You missed me? I know I missed you all. When I'm not on, I miss you too. I understand that several of you were looking for me on Friday, and some of you were looking for me on Monday. But I took a long weekend. Hopefully, you enjoyed yours as well. Good morning, Dana Mosley. Good morning to you. How are you today? Good morning, Jeffrey Allen James. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning, Paige. Good morning, girl. How are you? How was the birthday? You had a birthday, right? How was your birthday? I believe you had a birthday. Good morning, Dr. Kim Carter. Good morning to you. Good morning, Karen. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. How's everybody doing? So, what did y'all do for the long weekend? Good morning, Deborah Sneed. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Marion Jackson. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. Diane, are you back? I like how you were sporting the News in Motion T-shirt on Black Lives Matter Plaza. Hello, somebody. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone who's coming up in here. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. You're back? Okay, glad you made it back safely. Your birthday is coming up, I do believe. Good morning, Lori Wallace. Good morning to you. Y'all, it was a great weekend. We celebrated, the actual anniversary isn't until the 8th, which is, let's see, that's Thursday. Or is that? Yeah, that's Thursday. We celebrated our parents' 65th wedding anniversary on Sunday. Good morning, Felicia Williams. Good morning, Deborah Johnson. So we did that on Sunday. And I have to be honest, I went into the house for the first time with all the siblings and children and grandchildren, all that. Not mine, but all of that. And I walked in the door. Good morning, Patricia Lau. That's my biological sister right there. I walked in the door, says, everybody vaccinated? And then people were actually answering me. And my niece said, talking about her son, my nephew said, he has one shot. I said, he's good. He at least got one dose. We're good, then we're good. But we had a great time. When I gather with my family, we always laugh. We have a great old time. Good morning, Judy Neal. Your birthday is on the 13th. I know, Diane. Good morning, Jeffrey Payne. Good morning. Good morning, Kimberly Graves. So that was my weekend. I enjoyed it with my family. Even FaceTime my daughter. She's actually in New York. Hello, somebody. I think I want to go there soon as well. I'm not flying until after Labor Day. But anyway, we had a great time. It was good to see my parents, both 85. Y'all know that for a while there, my mom we weren't real sure. So they celebrated 65 years. Then I had a sister. My oldest sister had a sister. My oldest sister, Sharon is her name. She gave all of her siblings a gift. And we were like, what is this? And she had collected all of these old pictures. So she did the majority pictures that belonged to that person and handed them to us. So we laughed. We had a great time, a really, really good time. And then, of course, my oldest sister is always just the life of the party. She wanted to start talking about all of us who have been punished growing up, all of us who have received spankings growing up. Then she was asking everybody, have you received a spanking? And then she tried to act like she never had one. So we had to bust her out, call her out on that. But anyway, we had a great time. Good morning, Regina Short. Good morning, Riakas. Good morning, Elisa. Good morning. Good morning, Kim Edmondson. Good morning to everyone. So let me know, how was your long weekend? Please put that in the thread. Y'all, we have so much news. It's a new season for News in Motion. We have now gone way beyond 1 year, and we're just excited about it. So we've made a few changes. If you're not on Patreon, trust me, you want to get on there because all kinds of things are happening on Patreon. I'll let Diane and Marion and Dr. Kim Carter and Kim Edmonds and others put in the thread. So check it out. What's happening? Those of you who are looking for the drink list that I shared on Thursday, it's on the thread. Y'all were literally calling me up like, where's the list? Where's the list? Kenny said he got some rest. Good, good. Lori said her weekend was fantastic. That's amazing. Please put it in there. But yeah, y'all, the drink list, the keto drink list is on the thread from Thursday. So just look. I want to say one of the team members made a post of the drink list by itself, so I believe it's there too. Good morning, Danielle. Deborah Johnson says she had a great weekend. Y'all had a great weekend. That's good. All right, y'all. Y'all know what we do around here. We got to get this party started. So let's go. And even the intro will soon be changing. We'll probably slate that for September, right after Labor Day, to show that off. Again, thank you to Pastor Antoinette for connecting me with someone who's going to put some things together. So we're really excited about that. All right, y'all, this week's quote, I'm going straight to the word. Boom. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? That's Isaiah 43. Chapter 43, verse 19 out of the English Standard Version. Again, behold, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not receive it? And Pastor Alex, I don't know if you're on here or not, but I kept hearing those words. The time is now, the time is now, the time is now, the time is now. Some of you are asking, well, if you're no longer going to shout out businesses, how do we go about getting our business name out there? So here's this video to let you know how you can do that. So if you want to get your name out there, just email us at newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com, and we will send you a pack of information on how to do that. We would ask for your logo. We will shout you out. We will put you on all of our social media platforms. Just to let you know, we're getting to reach about 6,000 a day. 6,000 a day. Good morning to my biological brother, Louis Pryor. Good morning, Mary Jenkins. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. All right, Josh, let's get to the news. Yeah, we got to go to action. The Supreme Court and voting. So here's some call to actions that I want to share with you today. This started on June the 28th. I was a part of this rollout, but we have until July the 10th. It's called deadlineForDemocracy.org. So find out any type of mass mobilization in your city and state. It is so important, y'all. We need to raise our voices during this time. We need to let them know that we are here. We are willing and ready to do whatever we have to do. So y'all, to call to action, so to check out what's happening in your areas, no need to duplicate. We can just join what other people are already doing. Go to deadlineForDemocracy.org, deadlineForDemocracy.org. But that's not it. Y'all have 3 call to actions today, because your senators, your Congress people, your representatives, they are home. They are home. They are on recess until July the 10th. So all this week, the rest of this week. So find out where they are so you can go to any town hall meetings that may be happening in your city or state right now. So here's another one. Write a letter to the editor. So many of you have been asking, well, how do we do that? Well, here's an easy tool to help you do that. Is go to commoncause.org/S1LTE. S1. Y'all know that stands for Senate bill, right? S1LTE. So as they're saying, a Senate bill 1 letter. That's really how they broke that down. So if you want to figure out how to write a letter, there's so many templates out there for you to use. No need to reinvent the wheel. Just go ahead and go out there. commoncause.org/S1LTE. And then we have one more. Yeah, phone banks are still happening, y'all. There's a phone bank. Phone banks are happening. Join the phone bank to make calls to ask voters to demand their senators support S1 and fix the filibuster. We know how they voted down S1 already, but we can get them to fix the filibuster, and we can handle it from there. So go to commoncause.org/phone bank. Again, these are 3 call to action for this week. These are 3 call to actions for this week. Y'all, we have to start somewhere. I'll show you the websites, deadlinefordemocracy.org. That will let you know what's happening in your area while your representatives or senators are home for this week. That's one. The second one, write a letter to the editor. Y'all, all of these are so easy, so simple to do, especially when there's a tool out there for you to do it. So that's commoncause.org/S1LTE. And then finally, phone bank. Phone bank. Again, that's commoncause.org/phone bank. Good morning, Stephanie Burbridge Hall. So y'all, that's what's happening. We want to get to work. All right, y'all, we want to get to some of this today. And I'm going to slow walk us on some of this when it comes to the Olympics and when it comes to Black and brown people. I believe we are to some degree under attack. So y'all, World Athletics has disqualified the Nigerians women's 4x400 team from the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. We know it's happening in 2021, but 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So they've been suspended. Then we have Gwen Berry. So Representative Dan Crenshaw, Republican of Texas, and Senator Ted Cruz of Texas has demanded her removal from the U.S. Olympic team. So we have that's going on, y'all. Then we also have BAM. Yep, swim caps, aka soul cap. A swimming cap is designed for diverse hair types, have been rejected by the International Swimming Federation for use at the Tokyo Games this summer. Now, this is the image of Alice Dearing, becoming the first Black woman to represent team from Great Britain in swimming at the Olympic Games. This is a decision from FINA. Now, CNN is reporting that the international swimming team says it is reviewing its decision not to allow the use of swim caps by soul caps designed for natural hair at the Tokyo Olympics this summer. Now, they're getting a lot of backlash. You know, we are raising our voices. This is a call to action. It's like, this doesn't make sense. Let's talk about the material of the swim cap. It's the same material of the other swim caps. These are just a little bit larger to add the natural hair, the hair texture, and things that are going on. Y'all, this is where we have to step in and say enough to say enough. And then I can't leave her off. Yeah, y'all, Shakira Richardson. Now, let me say this. Every place I've gone, because some people are saying Shakira, but the pronunciation when she says it, when her grandmother says her name, it is Shakira. So that's how I'm pronouncing it. If you want to debate me on it, you can. It's okay. But, you know, we can talk about it. But let's respect her name. And we should all know. And if I have it wrong, someone let me know. Y'all, this image is from CTV News. 21-year-old. We already know her story. She has apologized. She has also said, which I don't even know why she apologized, but she also says, I like to say to my fans and my family and my sponsors, I apologize. Adding, don't judge me, I'm human. I just happen to be a little faster. Then she adds, I still have game in me. I'll be back ready to compete. Now, the way they're adding up the dates, some say she'll be able to be in the relay, and others are saying she will not be able to compete at all in these Olympics. So I'm not sure which way this is going to go. But she says, don't fear, don't worry. She'll be back for the World Olympics next year. She's like, hey, it is what it is. And there's so much discussion going on around this. You know, let me just be transparent. I don't recall we making you go fast at all. That was back in the day, but let's just be real. Let's call it what it is. So I don't know. Rules are rules. And, many of us are saying, well, what about Michael Phelps? And what about somebody put out there, what's his name? Ryan Lockley, who lied and said that he got jumped. I mean, the people are just putting all kinds of things out there saying, what about this? What about this? But there seems to be an all-out hit on Black and brown people, but Black people especially when it comes to these Olympics. But here's the other part. See, God don't like ugly, and I don't know if you want to call it ugly or not, but they're now real concerned because the coronavirus numbers are rising in Tokyo. So will they even come together in Tokyo? Who knows? Somehow it may just all get shut down. I see you coming in here, Pastor Annette and Tracy Burrs. Good morning. Good morning, Hester Jackson. Good morning to you. So y'all, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on what we are seeing when it comes to the Summer Olympics and Black people? Good morning, Josh. What are your thoughts on this? Because, I'm a swimmer. Well, I used to be a swimmer. I used to race competitively. I used to race. That swim cap, the ones that were made for people that don't look like me, because remember, I'm turning 56, so I was swimming back in the day. That swim cap gave me the worst headache, to where it was easier for me to take the swim cap off and just make sure my pony, because I had a long, because I used to be able to really, my hair would be down there by my rear end, So I would just have my mom braid it and take it around. But what would happen, she would do it so tight so that the water wouldn't sit there, because the water would slow me down. But that swim cap gave me the worst headache. And when I was swimming the 50 yards where I would go to one side, do the flip, come back the other side. I would win every time. Wouldn't I, to my brother? Wouldn't I, Lewis Pryor III and Diane and Stephanie and everyone else on here know that I used to swim and race competitively. I never lost a race. And with that being said, the hoops I had to jump through, and that was back in the day. I can only imagine the hoops that they have to jump through today. And I think that's a lot. Jeffrey Allen James is saying, I'm freezing. I don't know. Anybody else seeing them freezing? Unfortunately, they're intimidated by the talent. That's what Stephanie is saying. Those swim caps are like head girdles. Yep. I see you, Mike Nicholson. He's saying there's an attack on us, but that rule is the rule, and she knew. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. And at this point, should the rules change? Because now marijuana is legal in many states. Deborah Johnson says traditional swim caps are not made for natural thick hair. They give you headaches. Yeah, bad headaches. Stephanie said, yes, you could swim, and yes, your hair was long. So there's so much. Elisa is saying, I agree with you. Those swim caps give terrible headaches. I was a swimmer too. So, the thing is, we need to have the conversation, and people need to listen to us. But for whatever reason, right now, there's an all-out attack, or at least it feels like there's an all-out attack on Black and brown people, but especially African-American people or Black people in general, because Alice is from Great Britain. So it's not legal in many states. It is legal in some states. You're correct, Cherie. So y'all, there's so much we can discuss. And here's another call to action, if I can give you a fourth one for today, is to start having conversation, but don't be the only one speaking. Excuse me. Also sit back and hear and allow someone else to speak so that we can get an understanding. Because I think it's important for us to understand where other people stand so that we can therefore give a response based upon their thinking. And that, I think, is so important. Good morning, Gwendolyn. I think that is so important in the season where we are today. All right, y'all. So now the U.S. economy adds 850,000 jobs in June, higher than the 700,000 forecast. But unemployment, though, is ticking up from 5.8% to 5.9%. Average hourly wages are up 3.6% over last year. So there is some increase there. Y'all, they did do a final demolition of Surfside. They took down the other side as well. Let's pray that those people have a place where they can live. There seems to be some legal issues there now, those who have mortgages out and things that are going on. So, yeah, let me see what Elisa's saying. She says, there's attack on us and it isn't new. We also know that we never received equal punishment. So just do the right thing, follow the rules. Yeah. And it's sad that we got to go to that degree, but it is what it is, people. All right, y'all, I'm going to say put some clothes on. Y'all, the debate. I think, Mike Nicholson, you had a post up there yesterday, and I was laughing as well. Maybe it was the day before. Y'all, KHOU 11 is reporting out of Houston. There's a restaurant called the Turkey Leg Hut. And it is standing firm on their recent dress code changes that were met with strong but mixed reactions on social media. Y'all, Turkey Leg Hut, that is the name of the restaurant, which is known nationally for its turkey legs smothered in various dressing like crawfish, macaroni, has become a staple in the Third Ward community. The restaurant has also built a reputation for an upbeat environment that offers music, extravagant cocktails, desserts, and so forth. Now, here are their following dress rules, and I really want y'all to weigh in on this. They're saying no excessive revealing clothing, including distressed or ripped clothing that is revealing. Shorts must cover your entire bottom. No house attire. They're like, they with Monique, which includes wave caps, do-rags, house slippers, or shower caps. They're saying no exposed undergarments, including sports bras, panties, or any other garments resembling these items. They're saying no obscene language or baggy clothes. No inappropriate graphics or language. No excessive baggy, saggy pants. They're saying no swimwear of any kind allowed. Well, people mad. People mad. So I want to hear your thoughts. I read this. I was like, I don't see what's the matter here. So I went to Twitter and did the hashtag to see what was going on. And people mad. And they keep saying, well, y'all are disenfranchising the Black community. This is what we do. See, y'all, we got to stop lowering our standards. Yes, I said it. We need to stop lowering our standards. Get up. If you're going to eat, get up, put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. Come on, think about it. Who and what are we representing these days? That's my question. I'm not hating. I just have a question. Are these things okay? Do we even have to have rules like this today? Hello, somebody, help me out here. Help me out. I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. And I'm just thinking, and they said they made the changes because other patrons who brought into this as a family restaurant, it's a family atmosphere, and young children are there, and they're seeing all these things, and they're like, they just don't want to do it. So my question is this. Do we not have a right as business owners to set standards, or are we going to allow the consumer to set the standard? I want y'all to know, do we, as business people, do we have the right to set our own standards, or are we going to allow the consumer to set our standards? Don't they come because of what we have to offer? I'm just asking a question. I really want you all to weigh in. Diane Ladybug says, I'm not mad. Jeffrey Payne said, yes, but put some clothes on. Mike Nicholson says, my issue is them adding to the list. Elisa says, stop lowering our standards. I agree. Diane says, yes, we have rights. Gwendolyn says, I'm not mad about the rules. We have to get dressed for other venues. Deborah Johnson says, thank you, Turkey Leg Hut. I am tired of looking at exposed butts. Listen, my husband and I were out on Sunday, going to my parents' house, celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary. And we stopped to pick up something. We had to do something. And we both saw this person walk in front of the car. We were in a parking spot, and we both just turned and looked at each other like, I'm telling you, I promise you, she had on a thong bikini bottom with just a crop top on top and some flip-flops walking into the store. I don't get it. Now, it's your right to do whatever you want to. And trust me, her body was banging. But I was sitting there thinking, okay, wait a minute. Is this where we are today? Is this what we do today? What, am I missing something? We weren't at a beach strip. We weren't out by a park. We were in metropolitan Columbus. So I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. So, y'all, that's what's happening. So, when it comes to our businesses, we're into our third quarter. This is the seventh month. And I'm asking you these questions. What's working well in your business and what's not working? And what is it that you're going to do to make the change? Take a look at this. Yes, y'all, make some moves and do what you need to do to get your business to where you want it to go. Each day, identify a goal and make sure you're scaling upwards. If you find that you're ever stuck, reach out to many of coaches that are out there, business coaches, startup coaches, and get the necessary information you need. And in case you're wondering, the COVID numbers are on the rise. They went from 11,000 per day up to 13,000 per day in just 3 days. All right, y'all. Who's tweeting? Who's tweeting? That's a new segment that we have. And today we pulled out Jamal Bryant. He had a great tweet. He says, you can be friends with people for years, and it can also take you years to realize they were never your friend. Yeah. For the win today, boom. Yep, she gets the win. 21 years old, the stress that is on her, she gets the win. She gets the win. She says she's not quitting. She gets the win. And y'all, the inspirational message today is this: don't quit. Don't quit. That's why we did the business tip that we have out here. Doing what I do after I get off of News in Motion. I hear so many people saying they didn't make money in the first or second quarter. And I said, okay, so let's sit down and identify ways to make the money that you need to make. I said, start with mini goals. Say, this is your goal that you want to make each Friday. I said, and don't worry about starting at $100, $200, $500. Just start somewhere. Listen, God did not give us a spirit of fear. I know I've said this scripture several times, but it's the truth. But he gave us a power, love, and a sound mind. This week, tap into those three things. Tap into your power, into the power of God. Tap into that power. Be still and know that he is God. Y'all, what I'm learning is that I am spending so much time in the front part of the day, which means I'm now even getting up earlier. Yeah. Y'all know I already get up 4:30, but I'm getting up earlier because I just want to sit with God. I want to ask him, what do you have for me today? What am I to do today? Where are you leading me today? Who do you want me to speak with today? Have you already prepared me, Lord? Can you go ahead of me and prepare them? Because I want to see what it is you want me to do. So I just sit still. Then I grab my journal and I write out everything that he is calling me to do. I also circle. Y'all know we've been talking about Draw the Circle. Some of you have the book. Some of you have been giving me some amazing reports of how you started reading Draw the Circle and how God has been speaking to you. I know somebody who's in their story, so I won't call their name, someone who tunes into News in Motion every day. They called me up. Now, they called on a number that I never answered, but I happened to just say, answer the phone. So I answered the phone. And there was this person just excited. And I said, first of all, I never answered this line. I said, it's very strange that I answered this phone. Normally, one of the millennials answer that line, or they get the messages and they call back. The person says, I'm on my way to the bank. And I said, what you going to the bank for? And they said, I just want you to know, when you shared the book, Draw the Circle, 40 Days Devotional, I started reading and I started drawing. And then she sent me a picture of her drawing. She said, everything that I needed in a home loan, everything was checked off in her circle. And she was headed to the bank to sign that home loan. I was so excited, I almost wrecked my car. I said, let me pull my car over to the parking lot. So y'all don't quit. It may look bleak at times, but don't quit. But this woman committed 40 days to drawing the circle and praying and devotion and allowing God to speak to her the way he was speaking to her. She said, wherever he told me to go, I was doing it. She said, I was practicing obedience. And remember, I said last week, intentional obedience. So she was sharing that story. She didn't quit. She drew the circle. Many of us in our situations right now, our company or whatever, we want to quit. I want to see what Mike Nicholson is saying. Thank you, Mike. He said, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trotting seems uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, when you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Good morning, Cassandra Tarver. Yes, y'all, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. You know, people have been asking me, and we're almost gone. I'm almost off of here. Just give me a moment. And by the way, we updated the ending video. So if you want to check it out, please do. Made just a few changes on it, but we did update it. Listen, people have been asking me, how can you do News in Motion almost every day? They said, how many days did you miss last year? I said, I think we missed a total of 12 days, total of 12, not counting the holidays. So a total of 12. And they said, how were you able to do that? I found my passion. But I also want you to hear this piece. It has not been easy. It hasn't been easy. Couple things. One, consuming the type of news that we're consuming, knowing what's going on, trying to sound the alarm with COVID-19, even still today, it's difficult. It's difficult when we get inbox messages saying, can you stop talking about the numbers of no. Until God tells me stop talking about them, I won't stop talking about them. And as y'all know, last week, June the 30th, we retired the numbers. And we said we will bring them back if we see an uptick. Now we went 2,000 in 3 days. So who knows, we may be bringing it back sooner than later. When people talk about, I am sick of seeing the same background. Can you change your background? No, not until God tells me to. We get inbox messages about, I didn't like your hair. You need to lose some weight. I don't like your lipstick. What are you talking about? Why are you on here in the first place? Who do you think you are? Y'all can go a long ways with the inbox messages that we receive. But I know that God told me to keep going. I had a good friend who said, you know what, Gail, you talk about news and politics all the time. Why don't you just go live? And y'all know her. She was a part of my Thursday trivia. And that's Dr. Kim Carter. And I said, okay. I thought I was going to come out here and do it one day. But people started showing up. And people are saying, I don't even watch the local news anymore. I don't even watch the news anymore. I come and watch and see what you have to say. See, y'all, God will give you a purpose. If you allow the haters to stop you, you will quit. You will quit. And y'all, this is not a brag, but consistency makes a difference. No matter what it is you're doing, make sure you are consistent. As I have been consistent, people are seeking News in Motion out. Yeah, they are. People are saying, how do I pick a pitch so I can come on your show? People are saying, what do you need? How can I help you? I have Howard University. Yes, that's where my daughter graduated from. Their communications department is saying, are you looking for any interns? We've been watching. People want to know how they can serve News in Motion. See, if you stay consistent and don't quit, see what happens is people see you flourishing, or they see that everything might be easy. This isn't easy. They're not seeing what happens when I turn this camera off. They're not seeing what happens when we're going through emails. And y'all be careful. Those millennials, they don't have the patience that I have. They will slice you. And I'm trying to raise them and teach them right. But they're like, we ain't got time for this. But y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see where we're sitting out here. And even in the video that you'll see as I close out, our attorney, I now have an attorney. I took the attorney from Ready Publications. So I'm going to need you to come on over here, Evelyn. Evelyn has been watching it, and she's our attorney. And she says, okay, I need you to put a statement at the end of this. She said, because the news that you are getting from the alerts, although you're researching it, you have to still put a little phrase out there. because you never know who may come for you. And the reason why, some of you have asked, and someone said they're no longer going to, that's from about 5 or 6 people, said they're no longer going to watch News in Motion because I talked about Patreon. Well, again, and I said this, I believe, last week, you pay for the news too when you watch your local news, national news, some of the newspapers you read. You paying a fee somewhere. You're paying a fee. If you got cable, you're paying for your news. You really are. You really are paying for it. Y'all, it'd be different if I was just up here grabbing something out the cloud and putting it on here. No, we research, but we love it. We're not begging you for anything. Not at all. It's up to you, but I can tell you what, Patreon is jumping. You might want to check it out. Because you remember the lady that was on last week, Gina Winks? She will be on the 13th on Patreon, breaking it down for everybody who wants to do something with podcasts. And then she has way more than podcasts. So y'all, it's not easy. It is not easy. But this is what I want you to know. Never quit. Never quit. If it's a passion of yours, if it's something that's making your heart beat, never quit. The naysayers aren't worth it. They're not worth it, y'all. And I believe that God gives us the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Y'all know what I say. Stay well and remember, make some moves.